Oh man, so Barstool Sports President Dave Portnoy is under backlash from his core, some of his following, as he has decided to fire Ben Mintz. That's an employee who they call Mintzy, and the reason that they fired him is because that boy dropped the N-word. Check out this clip right here real quick.
Get some yayo, double up. What you need.
Now, I'm not surprised that Dave made this decision. If you guys did not know, recently Dave received backlash for his response to LSU basketball player Angel Reese trash talking Caitlin Clark. People felt like his criticism of Angel was so harsh that race had to play a factor in that situation, so that led to Gilly and Wallow putting out a statement saying, "Dave, you're tripping on this one." But Dave still did stand on what he said about Angel Reese. Now, I'm sure after seeing that, his supporters felt like Dave was going to stand on the same type of business when it came to this one. But this is what Dave had to say in response, and hey, let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below.
Okay, emergency press conference time. Bad news. This sucks. So today we had to fire Ben Mintz, the artist formerly known as Ben Mintz. It stems from his Wake Up with Mintzy. Ironically, finally got to do him live, and he was rapping lyrics to a rap song, reading the words off his phone, and he rapped a racial slur. He turned white as a ghost. You could tell instantly. He's like, "Oh my God, what did I do?" It's like a Ron Burgundy moment. He read it. He knew he fucked up. He's been super apologetic, like in shambles, basically. And I think anybody who watched the clip was like, "There's no way he meant to do that. He's just not the brightest bulb to ever come down the pipe." And he just screwed up, and he knew he screwed up, and there was no hatred behind it, no nothing. Still awful, but not my wildest dreams that I think I'd be sitting here being like, we had to fire Ben Mintz. Penn felt differently. And I'm stunned by it, and I've been fighting tooth and nail, as has Erica, as has Dan, to keep Ben and say this is the wrong decision. But Penn operates in a world that we don't operate in it. They are highly regulated by the government. They're issued licenses for gambling that just as easily as they're issued, they can be pulled back. And for anybody who has followed any of the states and Penn trying to get legalized and things like that, one thing's clear. A lot of people hate my guts. They fucking hate me. They hate Barstool. And they look for any lever, any excuse, anything to cause problems for us and pull the licenses. Penn is convinced, and they've been very clear, Penn, since they took over. It's a zero tolerance policy moving forward. You can't do stuff like this. And really, we haven't had an incident like this since they've taken over. And they believe there's a legitimate chance lots of the states would pull their licenses because of this. Penn's a billion-dollar company, multi-billion-dollar company. Without their licenses, they are a $0 company. Investors, families, employees, thousands of people, they feel it's their job to protect all of this. And the only answer is to fire Ben Mintz. I still disagree with it. And maybe I'm naive. I'm like, there is just no way anybody can look at that clip and think the punishment fits the crime. It makes my skin crawl thinking a guy would lose their job on an innocent mistake. Yes, horrible, but clearly no intent. Clearly he's in shambles about it, instantly in shambles. It just makes my skin, it's everything I've stood against for 20 years. And I told Penn, and I told Jago, you risk alienating. You're fighting to save, the Barstool brand to use. There may be nothing left to protect if you go through this. But again, Penn's a multi-billion-dollar company. We're a small part of it. And they think the whole thing was at risk. Bottom line is this. I hate the decision. I don't agree with the decision. But it's not my decision to make. And when we sold Barstool to Penn, we knew what came with it. We knew the guard lines. We knew you couldn't do what Ben Mintz did. We knew it was a regulated industry. And we knew if somebody went beyond the guardrails after they purchased us, These decisions on how to deal with it would be Penn decisions. And it's not just Jay. And by the way, I love Jay. I trust Jay. I think Jay and I think about the world very similarly. A lot of the same views on the world. So I don't think he's doing it as spite or because he has some perverted or any. I think he's doing what he has to do, and the board is doing what they have to do to protect Penn Entertainment. I still fucking disagree with it, but that's their decisions to make. It's their world, the regulators dealing with the states, not my world. My world's gambling. I told him, I go, if this was me and state wanted to pull the license because of this, I'd put it on blast 100-fold. And I'd be like, this is what we're dealing with? And our crowd would rally, we'd become stronger. He said, you know what that'll do? They'll just pull the license everywhere, potentially. I hate the decision. I hate. Tried to convince it to be otherwise as much as I could. In the end, they know the risks and the downsides, and they still felt they had to make this decision, which is a bad decision for everybody involved. But from Penn's perspective, better than risking the entire livelihood of the company on a fuck up from Ben Mintz. It sucks. It makes no sense to me, but the world in a lot of respects and how crazy certain factions are. And if you don't think Emily Steele is already frothing at the mouth to write about this and send it to the regulators and be like, what are you going to do about it? You're not paying attention. So it is what it is. And hopefully I never have to make a press conference like this ever again. And it really sucks. That's all I got.
Hey yo, before we move on to this next clip, I want to point this out. So many people always point out when black owners of businesses sell out, quote unquote, sell out, meaning that they built something and they sold it to someone else. They get criticized for selling out, especially if it's a white-owned business that buys their shit. As you can see, Dave Portnoy is as white as they all come. He built something with Barstool Sports, but still someone came along and he sold it. He sold out. Now he doesn't have complete ownership and control over the situation. Listen, man, people make businesses to sell it. You make a business to sell the business, and you got to believe in your ability as a creator or a business owner to go ahead and move on from that situation to create another business to sell. That's the name of the game. And yes, you are going to sacrifice the integrity of the company because it's not only you that's making the decisions anymore once you make that sale. But I just did not want us to overlook that part right there for the people in the black community when we have these discussions about black owners selling their business to bigger corporations and then just becoming members of the board. Now here goes a clip of Dave directly addressing people in Barstool's decision to let go Ben Mintz.
So I get every Tom, Dick, and Harry since this Mintzy thing be like, Prez, you're sellout. Hey, Prez, you sold out. Well, as the kids say, no doy. No fucking doy I sold out. You're just figuring that out? I started a company and I fucking sold it the fuck out. Made hundreds of millions, made millions for everybody who grinded in Milton. Yeah, we sold the fuck out, and that's what you do when you're an entrepreneur. You start this little company, you dream one day, you sell the fuck out. So no doy. Still means this decision sucks. I hate it. Makes me want to puke. But guess what? When I sold out, a couple words, a couple things, it's very clear. You say these things, those decisions are no longer mine. I can't protect you. You know why? Because I sold out. No fucking doy.
Wow, you know what the funny thing is? I didn't even listen to Dave's last rant before my rant about selling out. That's why y'all gotta subscribe to the boy, because I know a little bit about what I'm talking about, man. But let me know what y'all think about the soul situation in the comment section below. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, though. It's your boy Stacy. Yo.